Since last week, players have been farming a lot of Trobbles, and in this video, we're going to be covering where to get them. Before I go any further, I'd like to thank my YouTube members for all the support they give me. Big thanks to you guys. Also, I'd like to mention the images I'll be showing here is coming from the AQ3D wiki. Link to that will be in the description below. Now let's check out these Trobbles. As you can see, there are numbers at the beginning of their names, and this is numbers that go all the way up to 77. But there's no other numbers currently higher than 77 at the moment, so more will be coming in the future. So the next is their images. Each one of these are completely different. You get a brain slime pet. That is really cool. There are several different ghost types, as you will see. Here's another ghost one, the red. And then you've got several of these type of ones that have helmets on them. So you've got a Reaper helm and then the Frost helm. There's some more ghosts, Legion and Ghoul. And then you've got this one. So I love these expressions, though. Some of those look really, really adorable. This is a cursed one, but it's so funny how they're grumpy like that. Really like that. There's a gloomy. You've got a green slime. That is a really neat idea. And a frozen one. You've also got this light one, and this is a really neat. This is based on Coraline. If you guys have ever seen that movie, it's a Coraline pet. So that's really awesome. One of my favorite movies. The Dark Digger. I'm not sure where this hat actually comes from. You got a stone one. And this is kind of a little hint towards the Elma one. If you guys do remember from my previous video. Ooh, this is a cool one. Here's a high class Trobble. And then an icy Trobble. There's more of those. These are adorable. Look at the big giant eyes on these. This is Kirby based on the Nintendo Kirby thing. Trackman instead of Pac-Man. And then the lava. I don't know if this is animated or not, but still, it looks very, very nice. Here's the Legion helm. He's just got it on top of his head, which is quite comical. This is creepy. Kill it with fire. Oh man, that is a creepy one. Got some horns on that one. That is a very horny one. And then you got the Oni White. That's a pretty unique one. Look at this. Bit of clipping on the side, but still looks good. He's holding a rose in his beak. That is adorable. Here's a miner. You get a miner one and then another Oni one. Another grumpy. Oh, I like the grumpies. Look at this one. I Trobble Tronky Googly Pet. That is friggin' awesome. Very, very cool. Here's a samurai. Got a samurai. And then this is a classic look one. Tronky Pet. Target Practice Pet. That is terrible. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. That is, oh man, I really want that one. You get the Luminian, which is obtained from Luminian. A dark skull. You've got the Serpnot pet that comes from the Serpnot, and the Corahan 2, and the Mordred pets. Two different Mordred pets. This is a Lanceler pet, which is a very cool one with weapons on his back. And last but not least, this is the 77th one, legendary. You get this from the Death's Archer thing, and then the Trobble Electric pet, as well as the Trobble Bumble pet. Now, there's also another website called AQ3DTracker.com. I'll have a link to that in the description as well. They have trackers where you can track your daily quests, which is a really neat idea, as well as being able to track your Trobbles. So then if you were to have some of these Trobbles, let's just say this one, it would then highlight your thing. So depending on how many you have, the list would show it being completed until you have all 77 that are currently available in the game. Since I don't have any, I don't need to mark which ones I have, because I have none. Now, all of these pets currently shown right here, all these numbers up to a certain amount, are all dropped in the global loot, meaning you can get them anywhere, and I'll be showing you the best locations to farm for those. Now, the big ticket winners are the boss ones. So there are currently 7 boss Trobbles in the game, the first of which is Luminian. You've also got the Serpnot one, Corahan, and there's 2 of those. Then you've also got Mordred, 2 of those, and Lancelot, and then last but not least, Death's Archer. If you're wanting to go to Luminion, you go to the Mysterious Islands, and actually what we're going to do is go to Atlantis. But you don't stay here, you just head right out the door, and this will take you directly to Yokai Village, where you will be able to talk to Artix and fight Luminion. This is where you'll be able to obtain that Luminion Trobble. Then you're going back to Mysterious Islands, but this time you're going to Heroes Cove. And you'd be heading all the way down to the dungeon, and you'd be running this dungeon until you can get the Trobble from the Serpknot monster in this location. Next, you'd be heading to the Isle of Titans, and you'd be talking to the pirate or the ninja, depending on what side you're on, where you'd be able to face the doomed Mordred as well as the doomed Korahan, and this way you'd be able to get the Korahan and the Mordred Trobbles. For Lancelot, you'd be heading to the Heartwood, and you're going to find a cave where if you go into the cave, you're going to be heading to Lancelot. So you talk to Lancelot, and then you're going to find this challenge, which is the Chamber of the Final Trial, where you will find the Lancelot Trobble. For the final boss, you'd be heading to the Babylon Cemetery, and if you have the right key, you can interact with this thing. You need to have 4 keys, and then you'd be getting access to this dungeon where you'd be able to go up against the whatchamacallit guy. But in order to fight up against the big Angel of Death thing, you need to have certain amount of skulls. So I don't bother wasting my time with this because it just takes way too long. But if you have a lot of times, you can fight the 100 enemies. Obviously, somebody's trying to do it, so good luck to them. They're going to need it. That takes care of the boss Trobbles, but there are ways of kind of speeding up the farming for the global loot Trobbles, and I'll show you a few of those locations. But before I go any further, I do want to mention that Trobbles are on very low drop rates. The location I was trying to farm them in is in the Fiend Land, so I'm just going to go to the Bloodrut of... I'm just going to go there. Doesn't really matter what option you choose as long as you have access to the Maw, because that is where you can farm, one of the locations. So you head to the Maw, enter the Maw, and you're going to have these enemies right here. So then you can just take them down in groups, this first group and then the second group. And if you're wanting to jump right back to this location fast, go to your house. And then all you have to do is exit, and you're right back in a new instance of the Maw, because this is a single instance. So you can just take them down, group them up, and take them down again. Keep farming until you get the Trobbles. This is one way of doing it, and this is what I had done for a little while until I got bored of doing it. If you're looking to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, there's several other locations you can try, one of which is in the Void Divers. The reason why this is a good location is because look at all the little enemies. There's a whole bunch. You've got these ones over here, and those ones, and these ones, and they die pretty friggin' fast. So you can definitely get a lot of kills in this location. So might be a good location for you. But this is not the only location. There are more. Another place I was also farming is the Ballroom. Now this is not one of the best locations to farm, but if you're trying to rank up something other than just finding the Trobbles, this is another option. Next we go to the Bone Cliffs, and this is in Doomwood. You'd be heading over here, and you won't be seeing this unless you've completed it. You'll be seeing a skull. So you interact with a skull, you can go to the Bone Zone. In the Bone Zone, there are a lot of enemies, so you can take down all of these enemies right here while you're also trying to complete the Bone Zone area. So you're getting a chance of getting Trobbles as well as completing this area. Another location I tried for a while was in the Fiendlands again, this time in the Red Monastery. The Crypts of Misery was the first location. And the reason why is because of this massive hole where you can drop all the way down, where you're going to have tons of little creatures around here, little bugs. So you can take down all of these bugs, and there's tons all over, and they respawn back rather quickly and are easy to kill. This is definitely a good location where you could be farming for the Trobbles. Another location in the monastery is in this door, because this is the Chamber of Suffering. If you have the Nulgath pets, you're going to find in this location is a great place for making gold as well as farming for the Trobbles. One final location is in Yalger's Inn. Well, not really, but you will have to go to Yonkers Inn to talk to Beline, and you're going to be finding the Derpy Corn Apocalypse. This is another good location. And the reason why is way down here by the portal, you have a whole bunch of these little dirt... Look at them. They're so funny. They're spazzing out. Anyways, so you can take down all these things. They spawn just by the portal there. Take them all down. You have a chance of getting Trobbles from this location as well. And since these things are easy to kill and respawn back quickly, this is definitely a good location for global loot stuff. So who knows? You might get lucky. Have you guys gotten any Trobbles yet? If not, hopefully this video will help. I'd like to thank everybody for providing the information I used in this video. Big shout out to the wiki team and the tracker team for continuing to help out the players of AQ3D. That is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching and keep those swords swinging.